All right. So, May video. And again, if you weren't here on Friday, um, we're going to be using, excuse me, we're going to be using bands, the chair, and some body weight exercises. So you won't need your weights this month. So let's start off first. We'll do our warm up, stand up nice and tall. We'll get the feet planted about hip width apart. Let's take a big breath in. Reach the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Good. Do that again. Inhale, big reach up. Exhale down. And then this time, as you take the arms up here, let's reach it up. We're going to lean a little over towards one side. Kind of back to center. And then over to the other side. And then bring it back to center. Reach up as high as you can. Really think about lengthening through your body. And then we'll drop the arms down by your sides. All right, and then let's take the shoulders up, back, and down next. So getting into a little bit of a shoulder warm up here. All right, and a couple more of these. And then just drop your shoulders down away from your ears. We're going to turn your head to the right. And then we're turning the head to the left. One more time, nice and slow. Look over the right shoulder. Back to center, and then slowly look over the left shoulder. And back to center. All right. Step your feet a little bit wider apart. We're going to take the hands right here. We're going to just push and pull. So push forward, pull back. And you can really, excuse me, a little bit of rounding in the shoulders, but don't bend over here. So just really pushing forward, pulling back. And we'll do two more of these. All right, then drop your arms down by the sides. We're going to do a little weight shift here. As you start shifting, step the feet a little bit wider and then go into a little bit of a knee bend on each side. And try to kind of set those hips back so you're not coming too far forward over the knee with the knees. All right, and then go ahead and bring yourself back to center here. Step the feet in just a little bit. If you need to hold on to your chair or the wall, whatever you have, we're just going to do, I'll turn sideways here, just going to kind of swing that right knee forward and back, or the right leg. So kind of think about moving into the hip socket here. Good, and then we'll do that on the other side. So same thing. Not a huge movement. Again, just kind of think of moving forward and back here. All right, and then set that foot down. Take one more big breath in, reach the arms up, and then exhale, lower the arms down. All right, so our first one we're going to do, and some of the exercises we are going to use the chair, but you can use them for any of them that you need to on. Like this one, you can stay behind the chair if you need to. We're going to do some kind of closer stance squats here. So bring the feet underneath the knees. So think about your hips, your knees, your feet are all in one line. So fairly narrow stance. All right, now from here, we're going to push your hips back, raise the arms forward. So kind of like you're sitting down into a chair. And then you're going to come back up, squeeze into the glutes. Make sure you engage those abs, push the hips back, raise the arms forward, and then come back up. Think about if you do yoga, like chair pose. But you can also just think about sitting back and down into a chair. So you're really pushing those hips back. Think about keeping the weight distributed over your feet. And again, if you need to on this one, put your hands on the back of the chair and just kind of skip the arm raises if you need a little more balance support. All right, we're doing 10. So this should be 8, 9, and 10. All right, good. Then come on up. Give your legs a little shake out. And then we'll stretch into the hamstring. So you can do this one seated or standing. Hold on to the back of the chair. Just stay upright. Kick that right leg forward, heel down, toes up. Sit back into the hips. Think about keeping a nice straight line down the spine. We'll just hold that stretch in the back of the right hamstring. All right, and then come up, switch legs. So left heel kicks forward. And again, just kind of sitting back here. Hold on to something if you need to. Again, make sure you're not rounding your back at all. Good. And then come on back up. Give the legs a little shake out. We'll get ready for our second set. So again, bring the feet in. Hips, knees, feet are in alignment. Stand tall. Engage those abdominal muscles. Kind of into the glutes a little bit here too. And then we're shooting the bottom back. Getting those arms up. Good. 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're looking straight ahead. Try not to look down. That'll kind of bend you over too much. And this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good. Okay, give the legs a little shake out. We'll do that hamstring stretch one more time. So kick one heel forward, one leg forward, sitting back. And again, stretches are in the back of that hamstring, or in the back of the leg in the hamstring. Hold it here. All right, and then switch sides. All right, good. Okay, so come back up. We're going to stay here in that same position. So last week, if you were with me, we kind of did this one at the end of the first exercise. We're going to kind of separate it here. So you're going to go back into that chair position, like you're sitting down into a chair. Hands stay here, or you can keep them on the back of the chair. And then we're just going to lift the right heel and lift the left heel. So make sure your back stays straight. And we're just alternating heel raises. You're sitting down into the squat. So you're going to feel this in the legs and the glutes. But then again, we're adding in this little alternating heel raise. Make sure you keep the abs engaged. Keep the back straight. All right. One more here. Good. And then come up. Give the legs the whole shake out. All right. So this is going to be kind of a separate exercise from what we did last Friday. So we're going to stretch here. We're going to step the right foot back into a calf stretch, press the heel down, and just hold this. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Good, and then switch legs, left leg back, press that heel down, bend the front knee forward, hold that stretch. And then step that foot up, give the legs a little shake out. We're gonna do those calf raises one more time. So again, get into that narrow squat position, hips, knees, and feet lined up, engage the abs, get those hips back. You can either take the hands here on the back of a chair, back is straight, lift the right heel, lift the left heel. Again, really think about keeping that spine as straight as you can. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. Come on up. Give the legs to shake out. Your legs may be kind of burning with those. That's because we did the squats and then right into kind of a hold squat with those calf raises. So just those muscles working. All right, stepping one foot back again into that calf stretch. Press the heel down, bend that knee forward. Take a deep breath in, exhale. And then switch legs, stretching into the other calf. Hold it here. All right, come on up. Okay, so we're going to our chair next. Now, I just brought a few different bands, I guess. So this is just kind of your round tubing. This is more of the flat band. And then this is one with handles. You can use any of these. You're just going to probably hold them in a little different position. So for instance, if you're using one with handles, instead of holding the handles, you're going to hold it more kind of like here to do this exercise. So I'm going to actually use my flat band. And your grip is just going to be different on each one too. Just make sure sometimes, you're gripping too tightly with the band. Just make sure you have a good grip on it, but not too tight. All right, so what we're going to do on this one is we're going to hold the band. Again, start with some slack in the band here. And again, just adjust it depending on the resistance you have and the type of band. So we're going to start here with the arms out in front. Your palms are going to face each other. So kind of think about holding onto a steering wheel right here. All right. Now we're going to open those arms out and back and pull the band kind of right to the top of the chest. Extend the arms slowly back out to that starting position. So open, elbows back, kind of squeezing the shoulder blades together a little bit, and then slowly returning it back. So I may have mentioned when we do a band exercise, the benefit of the band is that you really have to control it both directions. So both on the muscle contraction and also on the release. Otherwise, your band's going to fly across the room. So it's nice and slow. Pull back. Again, elbows can stay bent on this one. You're not straight with the arms. And again, coming right here and pulling those elbows back and down. And this should be 7 and 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, set your band down. Now, a couple of things with that one. If you start feeling that in your neck, kind of check your posture, make sure that your spine, your cervical spine is in alignment with the rest of your spine, that you're not dropping your head forward at all. So nice and tall through the spine. And then again, the squeezing is kind of right across those shoulder blades as you open those arms out and back. All right, so we're stretching the chest. That's our chest fly. So we're taking the hands back. You can either go behind the chair, hold it. You can turn, kind of use the hands here, lift a little bit. Main thing, we want to open up and stretch through your chest. Good. Just inhale and exhale. All right. And then release the arms, kind of give them a little shake out here. All right. And then anytime when you start, it's kind of pretty common with the band exercises, you may start and then need to adjust it with your grip. So do that if you need to. I never hold it in the same position, so I have to adjust it. All right, so shoulders set down, engage the abs, back is nice and straight, elbows slightly bent, and then we're opening, pulling the band down to the chest, and then slowly returning it. Palms are facing each other. So you can even kind of take the thumbs up if that helps to keep the palms facing each other so you're not turning those palms at all. So think about kind of pulling that band apart and down towards your chest. All right, this is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, so set your band aside for just a minute. Take the hands again behind the back or behind the chair. Open up through the chest. Just hold it here. All right, and release the arms, give them a shake out. We're going to come back up to standing, and we are using the chair for this one, especially if you need it for balance. So I'm going to show you the movement, and then I'll show you a couple of variations before we get into the exercise. So what you're going to do, stand up tall, you're behind the chair here, and first, I'll show you holding on to the chair, and then I'll show you without the hands on the chair. So you would take the hands here, and then what you're going to do, let me skip forward a little bit, is you're going to think about tipping forward. Your standing knee is bent slightly, your other leg is straight. Think about lifting from the heel. Keep that straight line down the spine, so neck all the way down. You're coming back to the floor, and then we'll stay on that right leg. Okay, so that's with the hands on the chair. If you want to add more to this, then what you're going to do, a lot more balance here. Make sure I'm set before I do it. So you're going to do the same thing, except you're going to take your arms out, holding your balance, and then coming back down. Now, if you want to, you can just take one hand and do it that way. This is a lot more balance work, and you're going to have to go really slow on that one too. So again, whichever way you want to start, we're going to start with the abs engaged. Feet are just about hip width apart, so you don't want your feet too wide because you want that standing leg kind of right underneath for support. All right, so we're nice and tall. We're coming forward. Again, think of that nice long line down. the body, down the leg, come back up, and then over or same leg. You're just kind of touching that foot down and then going right back out with it. I'll kind of think of that almost tipping forward. Again, this one is a lot of balance work. Keep that other knee slightly bent. And we're definitely not lifting that leg very high. So again, you want that line from the back of the head all the way down to that heel. All right, really kind of squeeze into that left glute. That helps with balance if you're not holding on especially. All right, this should be 8 here. 9. And 10. Okay, good. All right, shake the legs out. A lot of work on the standing leg too. So if you're really feeling it, especially kind of in the glutes, it's just that leg is really doing all the support. All right, so we'll do the other side and then we'll stretch. One side, if you're doing that without the hands, going to probably feel different than the other. So again, we're reaching, extending, and then coming back, little tap to the floor before you go right back out. And it does help also if you're doing this with the arms extended, keep your focus kind of straight ahead. If you start kind of turning your head, that's going to throw you off balance. So just like a balance exercise, kind of stay focused on something. And again, that leg isn't lifting that high. You can either keep the toes, even keep the toes a little closer to the floor if you need to. It should be 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, good. It's a tough exercise. All right, shake the legs out. We're going to do a tabletop stretch, so we'll stay right here behind the chair. So let's start to walk the legs back. Start to hinge from the hips, flatten out through the spine. Bend the knees here if you need to start. You can both lengthen, stretch down the spine, straighten the knees for a little leg stretch as well. Deep breath in, exhale, and then hold it for one more inhale and exhale. Good, and then bend the knees to walk it back up. I'm going to grab a sip of water before we do our second set. All right. So again, take a minute in between. Make sure you kind of really think about setting up for this one. So again, feet are, you're still about hip width apart. So your feet aren't right together. So kind of, again, think the hips, knees, and feet lined up like you did with that first exercise. All right, so standing tall, engage here. And then we'll start with, you can start with either leg, hipping back. You're kind of coming down with the upper body, extending out with the leg. Again, straight line here. Keep that other knee bent slightly and keep the glutes engaged. 3. Kind of think of that whole body kind of tips just being supported by that standing leg. That's 5. Focus forward. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, good. All right, so shake the legs out. And this exercise, kind of a whole body exercise. So even if you're holding onto the chair, you're still doing some balance. You're working into those core muscles, so abdominals and low back, the glutes, the leg. So kind of a really good kind of whole body exercise. All right, so we're switching to the other leg. Last time here. We're gonna tip forward with the upper body, extend that leg out, and then come back, tap the toes down or foot down, and then go right back out again. Think about extending kind of from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of the foot. And you're kind of lifting with the heel as you lift that leg. We'll be about halfway through here. 7. 8. 9. All right, last one. And then set that foot down. Okay, good. Take the legs out. All right, we'll go back into that tabletop stretch one more time. So walk back. Hinge at the hips, flatten out the back. Again, you're extending kind of fingertips to tailbone and then down the back of the leg. All right, good. And walk it back up. Stand up tall. Roll the shoulders back and down. All right. We're going to do our next exercise seated in the chair. So grab your chair and you're going to grab that band again. Come a little closer on these. All right. So for this one, this is kind of think about this as like I call it a sword pull. So you're kind of going from the side and up. So take one hand. This is going to be, we'll start with the left arm as our working arm. So right hand is right next to the side holding onto that band. So you can hold it here. You can kind of take it underneath your seat if you want to, whatever works there, but we want to keep that stable. All right, then we're sitting up tall. We're engaging the abs. This hand, hold the band this way. So as you bring the arm up, your thumb is going to be up towards the ceiling and the arm's kind of coming up close to the ear. And then you're bringing it across back to that right pocket. So going up and arm close into the side and then bring it down. I need to adjust my band just a little bit here. So thumb up, arm is close to the ear, lower it back, across and down. So make sure you get that across and down. So you're kind of like you're returning that hand over to that right pocket. Good. 5. And again, if your arm doesn't extend all the way up, you can stop here if you need to. And then the more you go up, I want you to think about kind of setting that left shoulder blade back and down. This is 8. 9. And 10. Okay, good. All right. So this is really good shoulder, kind of works the whole shoulder. So you're working into kind of the deltoid, you're working back into like the scapular area. And so again, it's just really slow. But if you do need to modify it again, if you need to go more here versus up, depending on your shoulder, just modify that as you need to. All right, switching hands. So left hand this time is going to stay in place. Again, kind of think of left pocket. And then the right hand is our working arm. So holding that band. And then we're taking, adjust it there, up, thumb up towards the ceiling, arm close to the ear, lower it back across and down. Need to adjust this a little bit. All right, so up, across and down. And again, you can really just kind of keep that thumb pointing up towards the ceiling. And then think about keeping that arm close up towards the ear. 5. And 6. Cross and down. And 7. Again, kind of think about setting that shoulder blade kind of down, kind of back and down as you lift that arm. All right, one more for 10. All right, very good. Okay, roll the shoulders back. That one can be kind of intense on the shoulders. So again, modify it, take the arm more here if you need to versus up. Just kind of think about keeping it kind of close into the body. You're not going on that one, you're not going all the way out to the side. You're kind of going more close to the head. All right, shoulder stretch, right arm comes across. Pull it in with that left arm, stretching into that right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. All right, good. And then other side, other shoulder, stretching that arm across. Good. And then drop that arm down, roll the shoulders up, back and down. All right. So we'll do our second set. Start on either arm. Again, take that one hand and a stationary here, like you're holding it in your pocket. Other hand comes across, other arm comes across. Set those shoulders down. Sorry, I've got to adjust my band. Take it up, again, close to the head with the arm, and then across and down. You kind of know you don't have enough band. You start to extend it up, and it's like, there's no way I'm going to straighten my band. Way too much resistance. Good. This is 4. 5. of go slow so you can focus on where that arm is. So 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right. Roll the shoulders back, or we switch over to that other arm last time. All right. And then again, taking that arm across, sit up nice and tall. And then let's take that arm up, again, thumb up towards the ceiling, arm close towards the ear. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, got my arm a little low on that one. All right, take the hands out, put that band down. Stretch the hands out too. Sometimes, again, holding the band, even the weights too, if you're holding it tightly, the band you tend to hold a little tighter than the weights. Sometimes the weights you can just kind of let it rest in your hand, whereas you really have to grip that band. So stretch the hands out if you need to. And then we'll take that right arm across. Hold that stretch. Okay, good. And then switch sides. Left arm comes across, and then we're holding that stretch. Good. And then bring that arm down, roll the shoulders back and down. All right, so last exercise, we're staying right here in the chair. We're going to do an abdominal exercise. So scoot forward on this one. Again, you want to make sure you have some space between your body and the back of the chair. Feet are flat on the floor, so keep your base of support here. You're really engage those feet into the floor. All right, now we're going to lean back. And as you lean back, so your shoulders are against the back of the chair, make sure you're keeping those core muscles engaged. So kind of think about pulling the belly button towards the spine, kind of like you're pulling the belly and the low back in to really kind of engage those core muscles. All right, hands can come across the chest. Now, with these crunches, what we're going to do is we're going to sit straight up. As you sit up, you're going to bring the right knee up. Slowly go back to the chair with your back. Keep those abs engaged. Coming up, bringing that left knee up. So we're doing a crunch and alternating knee lifts. Now you're just coming upright with the body. You're not coming forward at all, so just straight up. And then that knee comes in to really kind of engage those lower abdominal muscles. Good. And if it helps here, you can exhale as you sit up. Inhale as you go back. Okay, good. Keep it nice and slow. Keep that chin tucked back. Remember, if you start kind of pushing your neck forward or your chin forward, you're going to feel a lot of stress in the neck, in the back of the neck. So make sure you kind of keep that chin tucked straight back. So again, your spine is in one long line. All right, I lost count, so I think this is 8. Good, 9, lifting up and then crunching that knee up. All right, one more on each side. All right, just set those feet down on the floor, sit up nice and tall. I'm just gonna turn here to face you. And then as you sit up here, let's take the arms up, reach them up overhead, do a little lean over to one side. Deep breath in, exhale, come back to center. Take a deep breath in, lean to the other side. And then exhale, reach it up. All right, good. Drop the arms down and we will do our last set here. So again, get yourself set first. So kind of really engage those core muscles, low back, abdominals, sit up tall, tuck the chin back, straight line down the spine, hands across the chest as you lean back. So starting with feet on the floor, leaning against the back of the chair, and then sitting straight up, bring that right knee up, go back down, sit up, bring that left knee up, and then down. Good. Really think about kind of engaging those core muscles, really kind of squeezing into those abdominals. Make sure you breathe through this one. So we're kind of crunching up here, bringing that knee in. All right, this 5. And 6. 7. And 8. 9. And 10. All right, good. Okay, stay upright here. Again, we'll take the arms up, reach the arms, lean over to one side, hold it here, and then bring the arms up, lean it over to the other side. And then back to center, drop the arms down. All right, we're going to finish up with a few of those stretches. So we'll just stay right here in the chair. Take the right leg out, heel down, toes up. We're going to do that right hamstring stretch. So sitting up tall, hinging forward. As you come forward, when you feel a stretch in the back of that right leg, hold it. You can kind of pull your toes back towards you a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then switch it over to the other side, other leg. Heel down, toes up, sit up tall, and then hinge forward. All right, good. And then come back up, set that foot on the floor, and then we're going to lift the knee up If you can, cross that right ankle onto the top of the left leg, and then we're going to let that right knee open. If that's too much on your hip, you can always cross at the other ankle and just let that knee open. So whichever way you can do it, stretching into that right hip, right outer thigh. You can stay up tall here. You can hinge forward if you're able to do that, if you got a little more motion in there. All right, and then uncross that foot. We'll switch to the other side. Left ankle comes up, or again, crosses at the other ankle. Let the arm open, hold that stretch. All right, and then uncross the ankles, set both feet back on the floor. We'll take the hands behind the back, again, either to the back of the chair or straight behind you. Open up through the chest. You can lift the chin just a little bit. Big stretch into the chest here. Good, and then bring the arms around. We're going to reverse that. Take the hands on top of the knees, drop the chin towards the chest, and round forward. Good, and we'll do those two again. So take the hands behind the back, lift through the chest, and then bring the arms around, hands on top of the knees, drop the chin down, arching the back up and rounding forward. And then sit back up, sit up nice and tall. And then let's take that right arm across and just pull that arm in towards you, stretching into that right shoulder. All right, and then switch arms, stretching that left shoulder this time. Hold it here. All right, then drop the arms down. Give both arms kind of a big shake out. Let's roll the shoulders up, back and down a few times. And then just take a nice big breath in. Reach the arms up, really lengthen as you're reaching up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, drop the arms down. All right, very good. That is your May workout. Let me stop recording.